In today's episode, we'll be drawing Mario.
Hi, I'm Miss K.
And I'm Mr. K.
And we are
What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of K Draw. In today's episode, we'll be drawing Mario. And I'm starting out with his I'm getting the proportions right for the entire figure. So currently I'm sketching his head area. So I'm starting out with a rough sketch. I'm not committing to anything yet. Just making sure I do get the proportions right. The trick is to draw very lightly so you get it right. You get the shapes right. Okay, I'm just marking out where his arms and his hands are supposed to be. I'm currently working on the body, and then I'm redefining some details on his head. But you'll see in a while I'll readjust his head proportions. So currently I'm drawing the other hand. So you just want to draw the basic shape first before adding on the finer lines inside. Working on the leg area, adding the boots, the bottom part of his boots, drawing the other leg as he's in a kind of like a running position. As you know, Mario is always in these dynamic poses. Sketching in his glove area, drawing his thumb, and I'm adding lines to separate all the fingers. Okay, right now I'm drawing again the head to make sure I get the proportions right. So as you can see, it kind of looks better this time around. Drawing his head. The drawing will make sense in a while, but yeah, just bear with me for now. Like I said, you want to draw the outlines first and then fill in the details later on. Drawing the nose. Adding details to his cap, as well as drawing the logo on his head, which is just an M. Touching up his nose area. Okay, now I'm drawing his eyes. Drawing his mustache. Mario is known to have a thick mustache, so do add some width to his mustache. Drawing his chin area. Adding his sideburns. He does have quite a long sideburn. Adding some details for the ear, as such. Adding on the eyebrow. Adding his other eye. So it's just a series of circles. We're almost done with the face. So for those lines where I'm confident, I tend to draw them darker. Starting to draw darker lines as I go to really define the shape. So anything that you feel doesn't look right, you have to adjust it during this phase before you do the coloring. Adding the buttons on his jumper. Adding the other button. And I'm finishing up on the jumper. I'm adjusting his the thickness of his leg as I go along. It's like I told you earlier, if you're not happy, you can just adjust it before you commit to any colors. Redrawing his glove. Touching up his body area. Just erasing some unnecessary lines as I go along. Finishing up on his jumper. And doing erasing. So the drawing looks neater and less confusing. Touching up on his boot area. So for those wondering, I'm currently using Procreate app on the iPad. Starting to get used to the app as I practice more and more. Drawing his hand area and adding some lines to segregate his fingers. Erasing as I go along. And adding firmer lines as I'm confident of my drawing. And now we are off to the coloring phase, the best part. So for this tutorial, I'm doing a bit different. Usually I'm more towards using markers, but for this I'm using so-called colored pencils. So I take my time to select the colors which I feel are right, and then I just use them. I do enjoy using color pencils for this tutorial because it gives a bit of a different feel to the drawing. I added some black outlines, and then now I'm just coloring in the spaces that I've missed out earlier on. Now I'm adding my favorite thick black outlines to make the drawing stand out a bit more. And that's it for today's episode. I hope you do enjoy watching me draw Mario. Do like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. See ya!